From the MRU radio booth, CMRU.ca brings you Coast to Coast. Here with all your hockey news, here is Landon Brown, Alex Burko, Casey Freeman, Marek Robinson, and Phil Tremblay.
The Braeden Redshaw intro will be available to be heard next week. But he is here. Hi, Braeden.
Hi, Alex.
There's Braeden.
We are here. It is only three of us today.
The three amigos.
There we go.
There we
I was like, there's only one microphone.
Oh,
on.
it's a bit. I want to say early morning, but it's not.
It's not.
It is
yeah,
noon.
I lost that excuse.
Yeah, good noon, everyone.
It's true.
Yeah, bit of an odd show. Phil is otherwise occupied during this reading week, and Casey, I believe, went home. So this week it's just myself, Marek Robinson, and Braeden Redshaw here with you for the next hour and a half here. We are going to talk about a lot of things.
Yeah, you sent us quite an agenda
Yeah.
I which is funny because last night when I was texting, I said, yeah, I don't think it's going to be a lot because the list at the time was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items.
Yeah.
But the list, which I'm not going to roll through entirely because it's a little bit too long, we're going to talk about, among other things, Flames, Hitmen, Jaromir Jagr, the Stadium Series, recent developments in the Lucic case, and that's about all that I feel is kind of major that I should advertise. Aside from first getting some show news out of the way. We are now on Spotify. So
That was well done.
Yeah.
That is
So
good.
we are on Spotify now. Outside of just listening live and on YouTube, we are starting to post our shows there.
That's awesome for us.
100%.
The Spotify itself link I will post just on the bottom of the video here, just because it's a little bit too long and too arduous to read.
And I'm sure we'll be able to update the link to our socials as well.
I would imagine so. Yeah, I imagine like on our Instagram page, I'll put in like a tree link just so it leads to
I'll
our
be able
Spotify
to. I'll be able to
and
put somewhere
YouTube,
on the
stuff like
TikTok
that.
as well. So.
But on Spotify for podcasters, it is podcasters.spotify.com/pod/show/coast to coast -podcasts. That is also a little bit long as well. I'll also put that in the bottom of the video as well in the description of the YouTube video. But yeah, just some exciting show news that we are expanding our listening platforms. I did that.
I was like, I think it was at what, like not even midnight.
Yeah,
you
it
texted the
was.
group chat. I'm in my room. I'm just
I
hanging out.
posted about. I posted something cryptic on the Instagram page where it's like, what? Ghost is evolving.
Yeah, that's what you said, and then you sent me. I was like, oh, like send a link or like send something. You sent like a link to a blank.
It was
thing.
Sunday at 1:12 a.m. is when you texted the chat.
Yeah, I do remember this very vividly. I was
Yeah.
just like, what is happening?
Wait, that link
Alex?
didn't work, and then I sent you the correct one.
Yeah, and I was like, we were all very surprised.
Yeah, just some kind of side work that I decided to do one night. I figured, you know what? Let's get this actually on Spotify.
I like it.
So now we're on there?
We have our one episode, I think it was.
Yep.
Just one for now. But
Yeah, we just have last week's. I don't know if I'm going to post the others just because I don't think there's much sense in doing
Not
it.
really, and then it'd be out of relevancy. right?
Exactly.
keep it rolling from now.
Yeah.
Mug is on there.
Mug is on there. Yeah, Mug is our first Spotify episode.
What a great
What a great title.
What a great title.
This is why we can't let Phil name things.
That was Marek.
That was
No,
you?
it was a quote. Well, I had a quote.
Marek said Mug, but I named the episodes.
Yeah.
Ah.
What was the context they used mug though? I can't remember.
I can't even remember what it was.
The context.
Last week would have been our Valentine.
Oh yeah, I called.
I think about Bo and Byram.
Yeah, I was talking about someone on that that section. I was like, I was talking about Graves. I was like, mugshot.
Oh yeah, mugshot.
Mugshot. And I was like, he looks like a mug.
Mug.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, but moving on, just out of that kind of exciting coast to coast stuff, let's start as we always do with Calgary, and it's been more or less a week to forget.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Since our last show, they lost 6-3 to San Jose, which I blame a lot on Phil.
I want to play a good team. I want to play a bad team. I want to play a bad team.
Yeah.
Well,
You know, like,
how many weeks was it that he was?
Edmonton-
Edmonton's got to play San Jose
Everyone got to play San Jose. When do
times.
we get to play San Jose? And then we get to play San Jose, and we get pumped 6-3.
Yeah, like I don't even have like when Pittsburgh played Chicago, I was like, I don't want to play Chicago because this is not a good spot for the bad teams. Will just randomly destroy you and just make you feel really really bad. But no, that one was
I was so happy I wasn't watching. And then they welcome Detroit to town, and Detroit leaves with a 5-0 win. Also happy I didn't watch that game either.
I needed them to win as like a Penguins fan. I was like, yeah, maybe like Flames have been doing good recently. Maybe they'll put up a fight.
No.
Doing good. Like, what's the team that you're
They
watching?
beat Boston. They beat New Jersey. They beat the Islanders. Like,
And then they had a week of losses.
I thought they were gonna do something good and not lose 5-0.
What have we learned? When you think they're gonna do something good, it goes the other way.
Yeah, I could tell.
You have to stay in the middle.
Yeah, and then that leads us into Monday when they played Winnipeg. And so on my we have a broadcast hockey fantasy pool going.
We do? Oh yeah.
You're part of it.
Part of it.
Oh yeah.
What do you mean we do?
You said pool.
You were
and I was-
0-9.
Yeah,
that was
it's
the
a
meme.
Hey, I was 0-7, then I won a 7-week win streak. I need you both. Alex, you need to pick up your game against Rielly, and you're not going to lose because you're playing Landon.
Landon has no players on
So
this
you need to pick up your game because I need.
It's close so far.
Yeah, it's a 3-way tie for the last spot of the final spot in the winners pool.
Yeah.
Between Rielly, Braeden, and I, because Riley's randomly gone on a 5-week win streak that nobody's known. Because the only other person that has a longer win streak is you with 7.
Where I'm at. Am I at 7 or am I at 6?
You're at 7. If you win this week, it'll be 8.
But anyway, so yesterday, the reason I bring up the fantasy pool is that on my team I have Andrei Vasilevsky, Jacob Markstrom, and Connor Hellebuck all as my goalies, and I benched Markstrom because I thought, well, Calgary just lost San Jose, they just lost to Detroit,
and you typically don't want to put a goalie that's playing against another goalie in the same.
Yeah.
I
just had more faith in Vasilevsky beating Ottawa.
Mm-hmm.
Whoops.
Oh my gosh.
Whoops.
I watched that game. I was at work yesterday. We just had the game on in the background. Every time I looked up, I was just like, defense, do you exist?
Yep.
Like,
So I don't think I escaped yesterday with a win at all.
It was only the first day though, so.
Yep.
Plenty of
It's a week
but I
long.
thought Hellebuck was going to win. He didn't.
Yeah, fantasy's hurting. I just lost Gensel, which is not good. He's like
And
my second most.
This is what I love about fantasy sports is it controls like half of your mental being.
Oh,
Like,
100%.
because now you're like, dang, I got to change my roster. I got to do all this.
and
in reality, it's like half the time you're like, oh, my team won, but this guy got hurt.
So you guys know how I help Sierra's team, right? I control her team.
You are the second manager on that team, yeah.
I almost, and I'm really glad. I was 5 minutes before the Minnesota game started. She had Kaprizov on the bench, and I moved him with 5 minutes. I had a 5-minute window because I slept in,
Hat trick.
and he got the hat trick.
Yeah.
And of course, guess who I play? Ben. Ben gets JT Miller hat trick, and Ben also gets Erickson.
Yeah. Ben's been showing up this week.
Only upside though is I had Monahan, so he got his hattie against the Flames.
Calgary.
Yeah. It's about all the positive that comes against
Yeah.
the Jets.
Shillington, I think, got his first
Yeah, he did.
since coming back, and then that was followed up by a Sean Monahan natural hat trick.
They broke Hellebuck's goals under 3 streak. Because they won 6-3, so that was the first time since November of last year that he's been scored at 3 or more goals. Because I think
Crazy.
the only team no team has scored more than 3. Because Pittsburgh won 3-0. I think it's the highest amount of goals he's allowed, which is insane. I can't believe he's allowed that less of goals.
Which speaks to not only his skill but his defense as well.
100%. Yeah, they've been playing.
Underratedly, Winnipeg is one of the deeper defensive cores.
I would agree.
But
100%.
looking forward to this week, I don't know. I don't know. They have 2 games. They have 2 games before our next show here. They are hosting Boston on the 22nd, and then they're in Edmonton on the 24th. I don't know.
I've got no expectations.
I
Yeah.
don't know what to expect.
I'm going 0-2.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Braden Redshaw.
I'll go 1-1. I'll split the difference.
Yeah, but who do they beat though?
I don't know. you just said it like 2 minutes ago. They beat Boston, New Jersey, and the Islanders
but
all in
like-
1 week.
That is true.
Something's gonna happen.
I say 1-2. Yeah.
I'm gonna say 1-1.
I thought you were saying 2-0, Alex. I
No.
was like, I swear.
No.
If they went 2-0, Phil
I
might
think-
flip a table.
If they go
This
2-0,
table.
I'm gonna snap my laptop.
Yeah, I think they. I don't think they beat Edmonton. That's the team. I think they only have a chance against.
I
Boston,
think they might beat Boston.
Which is really weird to say that Flames have a better chance of beating Boston than
and
Edmonton.
Yeah, Edmonton just has had their number
Yeah.
for a little bit here now.
It's been a couple seasons, honestly. Like
100%. Like that play in the playoff series, like what it end? I think it was 4-1. I think that
It's
series.
either 4-1 or 4-2.
It was 4-1. Calgary won one game, and then
Did you guys? It wasn't like the first game too.
yeah, it was
Yeah,
like
so,
it,
like, it was just
it was like a 9-6 game.
Yeah, it was just slowly downhill after that.
Yeah, my sister was visiting Calgary, and this was before I got out here, and they took her out to a bar, and she was like, "Oh my god, it was like electric. Everybody was just
Oh no, it was
insane." And
it was
then they
amazing.
lost 4 straight.
Yeah, I went to I think it's the Canadian Brew House.
Yep.
I went there with so one of my buddies doesn't watch hockey. One of my buddies is an Oilers fan, and then the other one's a Boston fan but supports Calgary. So
Okay.
I was like, we're gonna go for fun. And they had there were goal horns like synced to when Flames scored, and it was amazing. Every time because I think Flames lost they lost it, but they scored 3 goals. So it'd be everyone would just stop eating or something and be like, "Brr," and everyone would be like, "Woo!"
They had that set up
So
for
cool.
the Super Bowl as well.
It's so cool when they do that, especially when it's your city, and especially with that rivalry of Battle of Alberta. I thought it was really cool.
And it's a little bit of a difference, like you just said, when it's your city, because everybody
Yeah.
gets into it. The Super Bowl, it's
100%.
Super Bowl, everybody hosts, the bars all hosted, they put
Yeah.
it on, but
It's not the
nothing
same
means
thing.
more than when Calgary wins
Well,
against
even the,
Edmonton in the playoffs.
Even the mayors of Calgary, they had they had a little bet going with
Yeah, Calgary and Edmonton.
yeah. So if the winner, whoever lost, had to donate money to a certain organization
Wear a
of each
jersey and
city.
have face paint.
And
it's all in good fun.
Oh, of course.
I think the more realistic thing that happens this week is one day it is the U9 Calgary team that shows up, and the next day it's the best team that we could possibly assemble.
Oh, 100%.
It'll be 2 polar opposite teams, and we're just gonna be like, "Yep, that's how the Flames
Yeah,
season
that's
goes."
basically the season.
Are we gonna talk about the Hannafin thing later on, or should we touch on it now?
I was going to kind of lead into that with. So Marek had the idea of I'd make a list of players and
I forgot about this idea.
we would
trades?
say if they're getting traded and if they are, who are they going to?
Yeah, I saw this little Instagram thing, and it was 3 different teams. Where do we want them to go? Most likely to go in a dark horse, which I thought was kind of cool.
We're probably going to do that next week, a little bit closer to the trade deadline, not necessarily on the 4th, because I feel like a lot of moves will have been made since.
Yeah.
But it's probably best just to save that for next week. But there are a lot of talks heating up in Calgary, pun intended, around Markstrom, Tanev, and Hannafin. Markstrom basically saying,
Sadly not Huberdeau though.
Yeah, can we just leave him? Next time that they go on a road trip, can they just kind of leave him there?
If they trade him, they're gonna have to retain 95% of their contract just to get rid of him.
just go to Montreal and then just kind of leave him there.
We don't want him.
There
No.
you go.
I
Just
don't
keep
think
him.
anyone wants him.
Can
Maybe
we?
Florida. Maybe Florida will want him back though. That I can see. Maybe.
You see it all the time. It's a bad contract, and then time you're like, oh, that's not too bad, and then you're like, oh wait, it's $11 million over 1 year.
Yeah, that one hurts the bank. That one hurts the salary cap a lot.
Getting back to actual Flames trade kind of rumors, Markstrom telling his management, if you bring me a trade, I'll entertain it.
Fair enough. I mean, I think as a player, you also got to be ready. If you're on the block or not. So
Yeah.
So can I ask this question about the NHL trades?
Sure.
Because in the NBA, it's a lot more open, where players can openly, publicly request a trade.
Yeah.
Does that happen a lot in the NHL, where it comes out in the media? It's this guy's like, yeah, I want to get traded.
It happens.
It happened a lot with Dubois
and
leaving Columbus and then leaving Winnipeg.
Yes. It depends on the situation, I guess. But it happens. It's just not as common as the NBA. So
Yeah.
Okay.
The NBA is a bit more kind of dramatic that way. The NHL is a bit more.
bird, no pun intended.
Well, no, I'm not saying dramatic, but exciting.
yeah.
There. Yeah. Let's call it exciting.
the media likes to really spread those things.
Oh yeah.
The opinions of everyone really get to get spread out compared to hockey.
Because recently, I'll just 5 seconds on this. PJ Tucker requested a trade, and then they didn't trade him, and now there's this whole social media debacle going on, and that's all I'm gonna say
Was
about it.
Was it Lindros that was like that?
Lindros was drafted by the Nordiques, but he said, I'm not
Yeah, he said
I'm not
he's
putting
not-
a jersey,
he's
I'm
not
not doing
playing.
anything.
Oh, he pulled an
And
Eli
oh,
Manning.
And well, unfortunately, this one hurts the Flames, but that's what Adam Fox did.
Yeah, that too.
A top 5 defenseman in the league was like, I'm not playing for Calgary.
And then he also went to Carolina and said, I'm not playing for you guys either. And then he got
I
traded
didn't,
to...
I didn't actually not know that. I thought he
Yeah.
went from Calgary to New York.
No, he's how Calgary got Hannafin, ironically enough, and Lindholm.
So what I'm getting from this is Fox is a big baby.
That's what I'm gathering.
Okay. He's a good player. Give him that. Big
He gets
baby.
booed every time he touches the puck in Calgary.
Good.
Good.
Yep, exactly.
Gaudreau or Fox? As like not in skill because we all know the answer to that, but like as a who would you rather have on the Calgary Flames?
Fox.
I didn't ask that question right, but who do you think gets more boos, Fox or Gaudreau? Like who do you think deserves it more? I guess?
Goudreau.
That's fair enough.
I can see both sides. You can see like he left, but Gaudreau he had some good times there. But again, it wasn't like Tkachuk because Tkachuk doesn't get booed in Calgary because he wanted to leave, but he's like trade me so you can get something out of me.
If
That's like the most respectful way to go out,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah, just like, I don't want to be here, but I'm just letting you know that you were able to trade me.
Like please like
Get
I
something
want-
back
yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
$10 million man who does nothing.
Before we move completely off of Calgary, I did just want to make a point of mentioning that Lanny McDonald is now out of hospital following his cardiac event that transpired All-Star weekend.
Yeah. That
Because he was
that-
in Toronto, or he's come back from Toronto.
Yes.
Yeah,
and
that's great to hear.
I really hope those people can figure out those flight attendants because thanks to them, he's alive essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Lanny being Lanny, I think we touched on it a bit before, but his quote about the nurses, it was the most Lanny McDonald way you
Like
could.
owing them his life or whatever.
Owning his life, but also saying like I'll convert them to Flames and Stampeders fans. So
Yeah.
it's the most Lanny McDonald response you could get. So you knew he was okay.
Yeah, like, I mean, honestly, I think they deserve more than just a ticket. They should get, like,
Oh, 100%. They should. I don't know.
Take-
They should
like
be
maybe
recognized.
intermission, take him down on the ice or something. Be like, these are the people that helped save his life.
Or even like just if like I can
Go to a
understand.
game with Lanny. Take him to a game.
And I can understand them being like them not wanting to be like, oh, it was me. 'Cause
Yeah.
Then it looks like
It looks
it
selfish.
looks bad. But if you were to reach out to him and be like, hey, like, how you doing and stuff like that, and Lenny's like, can I help? Can I pay you in a different way? Essentially, like, can I take you to a Flames game? Can I give you like behind the scenes tour?
Yeah.
Like, so a little off topic. I actually when the new Edmonton Oilers stadium was built, I did a tour around the entire office. I went into Wayne Gretzky's office. I didn't see him, unfortunately, but I was in Wayne Gretzky's office.
Wow.
He has he has color coded M&Ms. It's only blue and
What?
blue and orange. Yeah.
Shut.
I'm not
oh
kidding.
my.
It was really.
God.
It was
Are
a
you
really
serious?
Cool, yeah, I am.
Okay,
was a really
so
cool experience, though.
so now I'm kind of curious. Does he?
This
Is that a special order that that the Oilers organization puts in, or does he just buy orders and then just throw
I
out
could
to
be-
once he
I
doesn't want?
guarantee
You
it
go
has to be an
50-50.
order.
Yeah.
Like, could you?
Can you imagine being someone's main job is like just
picking
to,
out the
yeah.
picking out the not
Yeah.
blue and orange M&Ms?
It was such a surreal because you were literally like it felt like I was in trouble. So I was like, I'm in Wayne Gretzky's office. What am I doing here? Because I was like, because like you're
like you
I was
kind of like snuck in.
well, could you kind of like we were getting escorted by like a higher up executive that worked
Sure.
there. But like, could you imagine you just walked in just casually? It's like, hi, you are the hello greatest player to ever play in the history of the world. Hello, like it was even like we didn't see him unfortunately, but it was so surreal that we even like got to just experience it.
Mm-hmm.
Comes in, he doesn't take any of the blue or orange M&Ms. He just takes like the red and green ones
Yeah,
off his desk and
there's
eats
a-
them.
Imagine like pranking Wayne Gretzky by putting a red M&M in his
Just the
orange and blue
like
bowl.
the middle.
You put
yeah.
like red, yellow, and orange out there for one day, and
Pranked.
he's like, "What's going on?"
Someone's getting fired.
someone's getting.
Man, I love
How
that
much do you
idea now.
think? How much do you think that like, if that was a job, how much you would get paid?
It's probably like
Like
an
an unpaid intern.
It's
It
probably
is
Oh,
absolutely
yeah.
an unpaid intern.
I'd do it. I would do it 100%.
Oh,
Here
absolutely.
you go, Wayne Gretzky. Here's your colored M&Ms. I'd be over the moon. What's your internship?
I give Wayne
I give
Gretzky
Wayne
his
Gretzky
M&Ms.
colored candies.
I make sure there's not a brown M&M within 100
Yeah,
feet
exactly.
of Wayne Gretzky's hands.
There's no gray ones, so I'm gonna be like,
Have you seen it's like you can get like the custom printed M&Ms?
I thought about doing
If
that.
somebody sends them like a prank where they
Oh,
print
yeah,
like the
like a
Flames
yeah.
logo on them, and it's like they're blue and orange, but they have the Flames logo on them.
that'd be hilarious.
So
Just a little tidbit right there.
Moving on, I'm gonna try and give this I'm not gonna do this as well as Phil, but it's time for Alex's Hitman Corner. So
We gotta get some music for that.
I
Get, like a little segment music.
should we?
What music does even go like?
I don't know,
Exactly.
but like
What,
when you do like the Trade Center stuff, they have like the little
like a
like-
da-na-na, da-na-na
yeah,
kind of
something
thing?
like that. It doesn't have to be like how like our intro where it's like we have a big thing. It could be like
No.
Phil's Hitman Corner. Ba-da-ba-ba. That's McDonald's.
That's McDonald's. Like,
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
trademark. Trademark.
Phil's loving it.
Well, some weeks he is.
Phil's Hitman Corner sponsored
some-
by McDonald's.
Someone's week is. I mean, I love it.
I would cry. If that's our first ever sponsorship
I would-
from McDonald's
that'd be-
for a
I've-
5-minute segment, I would cry.
That'd be insane.
And he's got to read out like, oh, you can get the new Hitman meal.
the McRib. You get the McRib.
No, but you have to avoid like saying stuff like Whopper.
Oh yeah.
You know, like here's a Whopper. Wait, never mind.
Cut it, Alex. Alex, please. I don't want to lose our sponsorship.
No, please. No, but
that's
Calgary has
hilarious.
played. The Hitmen specifically have played 4 games since their last show.
They play way more games than we. Like,
They
do they still play? Do they play 82? Like they.
I think they played more than
Hey,
82.
well, there's less teams, isn't there?
That's a question for Phil Tremblay.
Hey, Phil, you got the answer?
But the Hitmen have gone on the road, losing 6-1 in Red Deer, losing 5-3 in Braeden, winning 5-3 in Moose Jaw, and then losing 6-3 in Regina.
So 1-3 split. Yikes. Are they still battering? They're still in a. I literally get all my Hitman information
From
based
Phil.
off like this 5-minute segment that we
Yeah,
did.
that's.
So are they in a playoff spot?
Give me 2 seconds and I will pull it
I think
up
every
here.
week Phil's kind of mentioned that they're in like
They're like battling for one, right?
yeah, because it's I don't really know how the system works. It's
Neither
like
do
they're
I.
in a like they're 9th in the Eastern Conference, but I think it's like the top 8 in each conference make playoffs.
WHL playoff picture. Because it's like very. Because then they also go into like the CH or not the CH the Memorial Cup,
Yeah,
which
Yeah.
then
but
like
that's a separate leg.
yeah. When I learned about that, I was like, why is there so many teams and so many different leagues?
Yeah, and then there's that whole BCHL stuff, which we never really got the chance to cover.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
That's just like a mess.
That's just a
Yeah.
mess.
What was the mess?
The
the
BCHL, the
BCHL stuff.
AJHL
Oh, yeah.
stuff. That's a mess.
Actually, I had a question.
Yep.
It's not about Hitmen,
Okay.
but it's about the PWHL.
Oh, but that's coming up later.
Okay, then I will wait.
I am
will
gonna
hold-
talk about
I will
PWHL
hold on
later.
to my question.
Write it down. Don't forget it.
But Phil always tends to touch on Ben Kindle and Carter Yakimchuk, so I'll make sure I point out across the 4 games, Kindle has 4 points. He was held pointless against Regina because Calgary was shut out in that game. But in every game that Calgary got a point in, across the 3 games, Ben Kindle has 2 goals and 2 assists. Carter Yakimchuk has 2 points across that span as well, being held pointless, obviously, aside from Regina, against Red Deer. But he did register an assist against the Wheat Kings and the Warriors. Looking ahead to this coming week, the Hitmen are playing.
Please tell me the Hitmen are not playing Saskatoon because
For the
holy.
27th, they're playing. So they finish up their road trip in Edmonton tomorrow,
Yeah.
and then they're back home
Which
for
should be a win.
for a 3-game homestand, which should be a win because Edmonton hasn't been great this year.
Yeah,
Then they're at home hosting the Wenatchee Wild on the 23rd this Friday, and then Sean Chagall is coming back to town on the 25th next Sunday when the Hitmen host the Hurricanes at 2 p.m. And then Phil's going to have those 2 games to talk about before the Oriole Kings come here on the 28th next Wednesday.
I'm just looking at the standings. The Saskatoon Blades, they're goated. They've won, like they're insane. They're actually they've won 10 straight. Their past 14 games they've lost once. Like they have 9 losses. The team closest to them in losses is 14. Like they're insane.
They are goated.
Holy cow.
Also, kind of staying in the Eastern Conference. Did Connor Bedard make the Regina Pats, or like what's going on with them now?
Apparently.
Like,
I couldn't tell you, because, yeah, the Pats haven't been that great this year, but then they also throttled the Hitmen, which also haven't been great this year either. So, I mean, yes, I thought Bedard did definitely have that talent.
I mean, he is.
How was Phil really mad when Bedard did the through the legs goal in Calgary against the Hitmen?
That's where his hatred probably
He
started.
probably became unglued, honestly.
Also, for context, Phil's fantasy team is called Bedard Sucks. So
Yeah, he's not a big Bedard
not a big
fan.
Bedard guy.
No, but that stems from his choosing of 98.
And
Like one number lower than
Oh.
Gretzky.
yeah. When you
I
you can make
also-
that argument with 97.
I also know Phil would kill me if I didn't mention.
Sean Chagall?
No.
No, I think Phil'd be fine without that.
that Sportsnet posted on their Instagram page about 6 days ago that Sam Cosentino, kind of the Phil of Sportsnet, kind of having his eye on the draft class for this coming year,
Oh yeah.
placed Carter Yakimchuk 7th overall,
Which upset Phil because Phil wants.
which upset Phil because Phil wants Calgary to get Iginla
Who-
Tidge.
So who
and-
would Yakimchuk go to then?
Arizona. Yeah,
Phil-
Yeah, so
Phil-
Yakimchuk's in 7th, then Iginla's been moved up to 11.
And who's 11?
That I don't know.
or take.
Probably
Could
Pittsburgh?
I'll take him.
Let me
Honestly,
see
where
here.
we're at right now, it feels like it. But again, like we're
So,
we're
yeah,
in the
right
point of the
now,
season where if
I
you
don't even
win-
know if this is right or anything, but right now it says it's from 5 down. It's Arizona's 5th, Ottawa, Montreal, Buffalo, Calgary, Seattle, Minnesota.
Okay.
I
And
don't know if that's right or not.
It's also the fact that like Pittsburgh could win tonight, and then the entire like order of a draft would change because it's that ridiculous.
Well, you said Tidge is 11th, yes?
yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So as of right now, that would be
Following, there's no like massive change as of February 20th.
so. That would be either Calgary's or Montreal's pick.
Ooh.
Would be Tidge,
I think Phil would be extremely mad at Braeden.
because really
There
it's-
might be a murder live on air here.
'cause
If
it's- 'cause it's
Montreal
really-
takes Tidge.
because
Oh,
it's
100%.
because it's 11 places up from the bottom.
Yeah.
Would be kind of the loose estimate for that, and Calgary's sitting 22nd in the league right now.
That makes sense. Again, like we're pending any like massive changes.
We still have
There's,
like over a
there's
month of the
30
season
yeah.
to go.
Yeah.
There's,
So
you have
obviously
half
it's
of
going to shift
April,
around.
Half of April, a little bit of February, and all of March.
And obviously, it's like mock drafts. They're just
Mock.
relative.
Yeah.
You don't know what team
Oh.
they're actually going to go with. Kind of like when Montreal took Juraj Slafkowski, which he is balling right now.
Debatable. I'm just kidding.
I always like that pick. I don't understand the hate around the
Because
Slafkovsky
Shane
pick.
It
Because
was
Shane Wright has
it
an
was Shane
attitude.
Wright, and everybody's like, "Oh, it's a Canadian. He's gonna go to the Canadians. That's all set." And then Montreal's like, "Yeah, we're gonna take Uri."
Well, sure, but I mean, you saw how Shane fell.
He fell to 4.
He fell to 4 to Seattle.
What was that? Was that 2022? draft?
Yeah, that's
That was
2022.
2 years ago.
That was Uri, Simon Nemec, Logan Cooley, Shane Wright.
I don't even know who Simon Nevich is.
He's in New Jersey apparently. He's played 33 games and has 14 points in those 33 games.
Oh, so that's when Pittsburgh picked Owen Pickering. I like Owen Pickering. Connor Geekie? Wow. Arizona kind of had a Connor Geekie and Cooley. Savoy.
Yeah,
Gautier. We know how that worked out. Is there any like big names that have like
not as of yet because
Oh.
it's a 2022 draft,
Yeah,
so
but-
nothing massive.
Los
I-
Angeles Kings drafted Jack Hughes, the forward.
I did also want to move ahead before we get into an early break here. The Pittsburgh Penguins raised Yager's number to the rafters. You said yes 2 days ago?
2 days ago.
Marek
Yeah.
finally has something to be happy about.
That's about all I have to be happy about.
Now, I have thought of a little game.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Time to cry.
So in the NHL, Jaromir Jagr has over 1,700 games played, over 700 goals, over 1,100 assists, and over 1,900 points.
It's a lot.
Name all the teams he's played for.
I you know what's funny is I was actually just about to say the Yager squad was at that Penguins game versus LA. Okay.
I-
Okay. Are we like how are we doing this? So it's like Braeden and I bounce back.
You guys can work together, or you guys can work separately.
All right, let's go. Let's work together.
Let's
here.
take, we
Let's
have to
work
go
together.
Just give me 20 seconds just to get this.
Okay, we gotta think about this chronology. Okay, there's an obvious one we know.
We know he
Okay,
Pittsburgh.
just wait. But yes, that's the obvious one. Are you ready, Alex? How many teams does he play for? Does he play for 7?
Oh, if he's played for 7, we're done.
He has played for.
I was gonna say like 12. I was gonna be like, what?
1,
A third of the league, basically.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Oh boy. Okay. Oh.
Okay, we know Pittsburgh.
Okay, are you ready, Alex?
Yeah, go.
Okay, we have Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Yep.
We have Flames.
Yep.
We have Dallas.
Yep.
We have New York Rangers.
I think that's
Yep.
right.
We have Florida.
Yep.
It's 5.
We have Pittsburgh, Flames,
That's all the ones we know.
Dallas, Florida. Sorry, you said
Oh.
Pittsburgh, Flames, Dallas, Florida, and who?
Rangers.
Rangers. Okay.
Capitals.
Capitals.
So that's 6. We have
6.
3 more.
We got 3 more.
I said Dallas already, didn't
I
I?
said Dallas. Is one of them like a weird team?
So one of them he played 11 games for.
Oh,
Okay.
come on.
One of them he played 73 games for,
Okay.
I think that was the Calgary one.
and one of them he played.
No, these are ones I
Yeah.
haven't got yet.
And one of them he played 139.
So he played
Okay,
2 seasons for 1, barely getting games, and a season.
Was the 11 like one he just didn't play or got hurt?
The 11 was one that he got traded to.
Okay, so the 70 and the
Okay,
11
so
probably
he
were
didn't play for
combined.
any Canadian teams. I know that. Except Calgary.
Calgary was
I realized
Canadian.
that, yeah.
Why do I want to say the Kings?
He didn't play for the Kings.
He didn't play for the
No, he
Kings.
didn't.
Okay.
He didn't play for Minnesota.
Here, let's rip through it by like conference.
Okay, we'll go Eastern because it's the one I know.
Yeah.
'Kay.
So
Devils, no. Islanders, no. Rangers, yes. Carolina, no. Philadelphia.
Phillies won.
Yep.
okay, we got
Pittsburgh, yes.
Detroit. No.
No.
They're
No.
both in the Eastern Conference. The two you're missing are both in the Eastern Conference.
I wasn't cheating. It was on the Flames tab, but just to.
Tampa.
Nope.
Well, that's 3 episodes in a row. That's 3 in a row.
His face, like, if you look at me, his face was like.
That's- you got a 3-game streak going.
We have 2 more.
Yeah, you have 2 more. One of them is.
I just saw like a photo of like all 7 of them.
One of them has my
There's
favorite
9.
off-ice moment of him. This isn't great.
Is it southeast? Like we're talking region of the United States.
Okay, so
that's not
I'll
gonna
I'll
help
give you
me,
the
though.
divisions. One's the Atlantic, one's the Metro.
Boston.
Boston.
Atlantic.
My favorite moment from Boston is when he was on Hockey Night in Canada.
Oh
and
right, yeah. Favorite
yeah.
player.
Jaromir Jagr from Kladno, Czech Republic. Favorite player is Jaromir Jagr.
I think a lot of people say he was referring to his dad, but it goes both ways.
No.
So the last team's in the Metro.
Last team's in the Metro. He played 139 games.
Okay, let's just rip the Metro teams.
Rangers, we already said.
We already said Rangers.
Islanders?
We already said
Philly, he already said.
Mhm.
Pittsburgh, we already
We
said.
said.
How
Yep.
many teams did he play for in the Metro? He didn't play for Columbus.
Nope.
We also got to think, too, that the Metro back then was different. Pittsburgh was not in the Metro till
I'm saying current Metro.
current
mind.
Metro.
Columbus.
Nope.
No.
You already said he didn't play for this team.
Oh, Carolina?
Nope.
Devils?
Bingo.
Is that the 11? Which one was the 11 team one?
Philly. Oh, sorry, Boston. My bad.
Oh.
He was traded to.
How many games did he play for the Devils? That's like the one team I never thought had.
139,
That's like 2 seasons.
I think he was traded from Pittsburgh to Capitals.
registering 96 points.
Well, dang it.
Well, we do not know our
Jagr.
stuff.
I just thought that was a fun way to kind of.
It was a fun
Recognize his
way.
kind of history.
Keeping us on our toes, getting us ready for trivia again.
Yeah,
Oh, not again.
gotta
please.
sprinkle that in.
No CHL stuff for trivia.
No,
Because
No,
that
the next question will be
tiebreaker ruined
like in 1964.
it. I know, and I'll be like, Alex, I wasn't born there.
None of us were.
but
That
I
is
thought
true.
okay. So I thought the 1999 Cup was.
I knew that one. Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought the Lindros one was
just
obvious.
Just name a good star. Mike Modano.
Yeah.
God.
I think. Well, I don't know how Phil thought of Evgeny Malkin played for Dallas. That's a pending one. Because you said it was.
I don't know. I
said
still
Jeff
think
Carter.
that trade haul for Newfoundland is a pretty good deal.
And $1 million.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's the equivalent of cash considerations.
Cash considerations in Newfoundland. I think that's a good deal.
So immediately
Depends who you ask.
Immediately following the break, we're going to get into a bit of NHL25 topic because it's just something I thought of that would help kind of pass the time. Then we're going to get into some Stadium Series stuff as well. Jaromir Kekalainen from the Jackets was fired after our last episode. And after that short intermission, we are back. Up ahead here, we're going to talk about some NHL 25 stuff. Just kind of wish list items, really.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Just,
We weren't sure what that was.
Oh, yeah.
what that
It was just some wish list items.
We
just because.
we were like, we thought you were gonna ask like, who do you think the cover should be?
No, I was going to kind of. So
David
I'll
Ayers.
get into it. I'll get into it a little bit, but it's basically just a wish list of items. I was going to talk about the Stadium Series that occurred this past weekend because a lot of stuff went down there. But first, there was some news sent out about 43 minutes ago, so just before our show started.
Breaking news.
So for those of you that know that Morgan Rielly got suspended 5 games for the Rielly Gregg cross-check, he then appealed it. That suspension has since been upheld by Gary Bettman.
He has to serve one more game.
Yep. So Riley's out, and he's eligible to come back Thursday in Vegas. So the thing I wanted to specifically talk about there is that Bettman never pulls he never lowers an amount that his own department gave out.
Yeah, and I guess there's also no point. I don't know. He served the 4 games.
Yeah.
So even if it was like reversed.
But he would have gotten the point is he would have gotten paid for this 5th game if
that is true.
if he couldn't make it out. But the only case that he did lower it is the Jason Spezza knee to Neil Pionk when Spezza was playing for the Leafs on the Jets, Neil Pionk of the Jets. Shortly, I remember there was a retaliation penalty. I forget why. And the suspension was 6 games, and then Spezza appealed it. And the story is that Bettman, that the appeal would have gone above him.
Yeah.
So Bettman thought, okay, the independent kind of arbitrator here is going to see that this isn't a 6-game suspension, it's going to be 4. So here, I'll knock down 2 games. It's now a 4-game suspension. Aside from that, Bettman never, ever, ever contradicts his own department.
Which I guess makes sense.
Yeah, you never see really the head go back and be like, oh,
What were you thinking?
We'll take that down.
Yeah, it's definitely not 5. It's definitely 4. So, yeah, I just wanted to shout out.
I mean,
just kind of talk about that because it was just before our show started.
I think it's
Oi.
I think also it's just kind of like that was gonna go 5 either way.
That hit was
The Rielly Gregg one?
no the
He's looking at
one.
the Spezza.
Oh,
one.
that's Spezza knee. Yeah,
It wasn't a knee. So someone kneed his teammate, and then Spezza, as like Pionk was like diving because he didn't have a stick.
Yeah,
was diving it'd be a hand pass obviously, but he hit it, and as he's on the ground like in a knee, just head, shoulder, bang.
Oh, shoulder.
Like,
I thought it was knee. My bad.
He's like football diving down.
Yeah.
Like, that's it's a bit brutal.
Jumping ahead to the topic I wanted to discuss before I found out about the suspension upholding is so I've taken issue. Obviously, I've asked this before we started. Marek, you play the NHL games, yes?
Yeah.
Braeden?
Yes, I do.
So
It's like an interview. I do.
I
yeah.
do. Yes.
So I have been. So I know how the game goes. I know why they do what they do as far as features versus not including features, is because if they include all the features that we want, they were not going to buy the next game because they nailed it on the game previously. So there's just, I thought that we could kind of just talk openly a little bit about features that we kind of want to see in the game, whether that's features that used to be in there that aren't, or that just haven't been implemented at all. So I guess I'll take lead on this one. I don't play online that much, and sadly that tends to be where the game is going. So a lot of HUT releases, a lot of World of Cello releases.
This is where they make money.
Exactly.
Money.
But I mostly kind of stick to like the kind of Beer Pro stuff. So it'd be cool if I could be more engaged in kind of contract talks.
Yeah.
If I could be more like if I could pick where I'm gonna go. So if I got my agent reach out to the specific team and say, hey, I'll take a haircut for you if you're willing to sign me. Suspensions would be cool as well. That'd be really hard to implement, but I don't know.
It's almost like if every game maker just kind of came together and was like, all right, they like this about our game, they like this about your game, and they this about your game.
Yeah.
Just
what if we just
merge
mix
them together?
Yeah.
Because the big thing that NBA 2K has is they have like that my park, my area thing. So you can take your creative players and you can go play like drop in 3v3, 5v5 with people. You can run around in the town and buy things. I think a lot of people like that about that game. But other than that, they're like, oh, it's okay. It's like Madden was the first game to introduce X Factors. They were cool. Then NHL brought them in. It's like every game has like their own thing everybody likes, but then they're like, this is the deal breaker for it.
I think online franchise, because I'm getting
Online franchise.
How many years?
Man.
Let me ask. How many years have you guys been begging for that?
Okay, EA. Yeah, I'm gonna look at the camera for this one. EA. Put online franchise into the game and listen to people, please, because your games are garbage right now. Are so bad. You need to fix them.
This is what I don't get. Madden has online franchise,
It's still,
and that's an EA game.
like, let me be able to like go to my friend's house, get on the couch, and we run the same franchise. Is that so hard to do? You can't do that in NHL.
Madden,
Can't even- you
there's
can't-
this. It's the same game makers, same mechanics. Like they all use the same
Animations.
like hits and everything. Just make it online franchise, please.
Yeah, for the love of God. Like, you can't even if you're like, let's say Braeden and I were on the couch together, we could not play franchise like on the same team. It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
Which is so frustrating.
However, we do have a World of Chell team.
Yeah, we're not very good though.
We're not good. We get waxed every game. I have 1 goal. Marek has all the rest.
I think I have like 7 or 8.
I've got a lot of assists though.
Because you give it to me at our own end, and I just go end to end and score.
There was one shot I ringed the post.
That one was fun.
Marek, shoot, please.
So,
Ding.
Go back to his X Factor talk. So in the game, there was Heat Seeker, which means your wrist shot shoots faster.
Yeah.
So before he realizes he can equip that, he's just taking clappers.
Rapid
so there's no
slap
point in the X
shots.
Factor existing. Someone's
Yeah.
like, "Okay, Braeden, take a wrist shot." The first one the first wrist shot he takes hits the post. I'm like, "Do you see what I mean?"
It was an open net as well. Like the goalie was on the ground.
You
I
did
shot
score.
it, just ding the post.
You did score though. I was like, "Thank
Eventually.
God." But this guy's just winding up. I'm like,
Here's the thing.
Like,
if you
oh
wind
my
it
God.
up, it looks really cool.
"It's
Nobody
not
like.
gonna go in unless someone's in front of that gonna tip it." Well, other than that.
What, you don't like ripping clappers?
My guy is built for dangling and speed. That's all I'm good for.
So before we move on from that, just one specific feature that you want to see in NHL 25.
Online franchise.
Okay.
I want to see like a My Park, like
They
that
have
kind of thing.
I think they have that.
Do they have that already?
They have it.
Well, but do they have it like the
They
way
don't
that
have it
I'm
like
thinking
that,
of?
no.
That's
Yeah.
what I mean. You got to bring that into it.
I again, like I'm not gonna get it, but I just want a more immersive Beer Pro, like in NHL 12.
Yeah.
It was a cutscene of you like walking from the tunnel onto the ice. Bring that back.
Honorable mention, Zamboni mode.
Zamboni mode was in 2K. I remember that
Honorable
in
mention, yeah.
2K10. I played that a bunch.
Wasn't yeah. They bring it back.
And ref mode I've seen, but I feel like it would
Ref
get
mode would be hilarious.
ref mode. I feel like would just get tiresome, or not tiresome, but just kind of boring.
Could you imagine
Like after 3 games.
But could you imagine like you're with your buddies, you're the ref. Yeah, you get a penalty for what? No idea.
No idea.
Just wanted to call it.
Yeah, I'll call you for tripping.
No goal. No
You're-
goal.
You're on the bench, but still.
Gosh, that would be so.
No,
That would
but-
be-
You guys wanna, yeah, let's change the rules. This is now going to be a goalie versus goalie. There's so many penalties. You guys don't have a roster anymore.
Did you guys see last April The EA NHL Instagram page posted like an April Fool's ref mode trailer
Of course.
to their page. So they're where the people are screaming for it, but they think it's funny
Yeah.
enough that
they're gonna make
I
fun
thought
of
it
it.
was funny. I thought it was a funny joke. Jumping ahead to this past weekend with the Stadium Series, a lot of stuff happened there. But I'm going to jump a little bit earlier than that. And
I do have just some I have this program that gives me some NHL news that just kind of released. If you wanted me to
Go ahead.
So, Predators may trade Saros. Talks have picked up. Preds have interest in Nikas from the Canes.
Yep.
Hannafin wants to play for Tampa Bay Lightning one day and could be a team he looks to sign for.
Mhm.
And the Kings are interested in Saros as well, but the Preds would likely want Byfield as a main piece. So there's your
which I
little.
don't think LA's going to get rid of.
So there's your little.
Kind of trade.
I love this time of year.
Yeah.
It's a great-
Really exciting.
Oh, 100%. Unless Jake Gensel gets traded, then I won't love this time of year.
So shortly, I imagine
That's been on your mind for about
it's been on
4
my mind for
weeks now.
forever.
Oh my god, bro! They got hurt, and
News comes out. It's like Gensel news. Marek loses his
I'm
mind.
just like- well, what did you? I think it was you. That's because Pittsburgh did like a make a wish,
Pittsburgh signed.
and you said
yeah,
his
Pittsburgh.
exact words were Pittsburgh re-signs. I was like, oh, you're joke. And then he says the make a wish because I was like, good for them. Oh.
That made me laugh.
I mean, anything's possible. Malkin did say he was gonna leave Pittsburgh. Then later that night, that was one of the greatest days of my life. When I'm as a Penguins fan, when I was Malkin was gonna leave, and then surprise he signs for 6 years. I was like,
Yeah.
Jay Gensel, I know you're not listening, but if you are, please resign.
Please do something so that he can calm down.
Yeah.
I just want him to. I don't want him to leave. I want him to stay a Penguin. So don't leave.
But would you rather not know at least now if he was leaving than in 6 months where you have to sit there with your head in your hands
I just want to know now. I just want to I want him to stay. And Kyle Dubas isn't making it easy because he's like, oh, I'm evaluating our team to see where we're at. The Vancouver thing gave me some relief when Vancouver traded Kuzmenko to Calgary.
Kyle, if you're listening, trade him. I need that content, please.
No, please.
I wanna see Marek blow up on camera.
We want a Marek mental breakdown.
I just dealt with Hextall. I can't deal with this again.
Jumping ahead to just after the show last week, NHL.com put out a list of the top 10 Stadium Series jerseys of all time, and I disagree with all of it.
Whoa.
I think in...
Hold up. We need to pull this article.
I think I'll intercut this segment with my own list because I feel like I am right about this.
Okay.
All right, I just pulled it up here.
Yeah.
Let's take a look.
Hold a minute. Wait a minute. Is number okay?
Yeah, it
Okay,
should be the first.
Let's start at 10 and then
10 and go up?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Okay.
so we'll say agree, disagree, and then Alex, you put your
Yeah.
because I don't have a list.
I don't have a list. Either.
I ranked all of the Stadium Series jerseys.
Okay,
Okay.
so Colorado Avalanche 10th best.
2016, so the white.
I'm sorry, that looks horrible.
Really?
I don't like
I like that one.
Those are Chicago Cubs.
With-
Oh, I can't. But they're not from Chicago.
I'm just thinking what it looks like.
I would
don't
make
know,
sense if it was like the Blackhawks did
The,
something.
the white looks clean. I like the bigger numbers on the arms. The number on the collar, I forget the story behind it, but I just think it looks pretty. I just think it's a nice little detail.
There hasn't been that many stadium jerseys, has there?
2000.
It'd be after 8, right?
Yeah, I think it was 2010.
Okay, I need to find a list of all of them.
I had the list up, but I just it's just one of the tabs I just accidentally closed. Agree, disagree on Colorado 2016 being 10th.
I'm just gonna disagree because I think there's probably ones that are better than it.
Okay.
I agree.
Moving up the list, New
What about-
Jersey Devils this year.
That's kind of clean.
I don't get the fascination.
I'm okay with that.
It's the black and red,
it's the
and that there's
simplistic.
nothing else other than black and red.
I just would have gone the other way with it. I
Yeah.
don't think red is a good enough main color.
You would have just switched the colors.
Yeah.
That's fair. It's I kind of like how it's the lettering is black, the logo is black, but I kind of see what you mean. It's it's the Devils. If you kind of flip it, it
The
looks
all
a
red
little
looks
better.
a bit goofy. Yeah. Pittsburgh Penguins 2019.
Oh, I love those jerseys so much. Oh, those jerseys are so nice. I want them so bad. I want one so bad.
So
that looks
so
that
nice.
looks good.
pretty much only black and
So
yellow.
nice. Even the Flyers ones were so nice. Those jerseys that year were so nice. So nice.
I I like the jerseys on both Pittsburgh and Philly that year. I didn't like the helmets.
What are the helmets?
The big wonky big logo on the side of the helmet that's not really full. It's just a third of the logo just on the side of the helmet. Looks ridiculous to me.
It should show it there like on
the picture I'm looking at is Jake Gensel.
You're not looking at the right website then.
I definitely am. Hey, what do you mean? I'm on the right website.
Are you?
Yes. What are you talking about? That's Jake Gensel right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Hey, it's horny.
Yeah, you can use the logo on the side on the side of Jake Gensel's helmet.
That's what we're talking
That's
about.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I was just looking at Jake Gensel.
I think it looks stupid.
But look at the big man, Hornquist.
Anyway, moving to the next one.
Agree, disagree with
Agree.
I like
Agree.
the black and yellow.
Oh my God, these things are hideous.
This next one I agree with.
Oh,
This next one I really like. This Leafs 2018.
there's something about it I like, but I don't know what it is.
It just looks really clean to me.
I kind of like how it's two different whites. Like the Leaf logo is a little
bit of a
different.
different finish.
Yeah.
You guys have taste? Like this is horrible.
What are you talking about?
That Leafs like the main logo just looks like it's floating.
That's kind of like what it's supposed to do.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
I like the
No.
stripes. The stripes kind of give it like a little bit of depth, but then it's like the two whites are different and it works.
Maybe it's also Morgan Rielly. I like his
That too.
gloves.
This one, number 6, I disagreed with. I wanted to shout out from the top of every mountain. This Nashville Predators 2022 jersey looked horrible.
Why does it
I
look
actually
like the
haven't seen
U of M?
Looked so bad.
Smashville.
Why does it look like the University of Michigan?
Hey, you can use you can use their jerseys to pick up.
None of the letters are the same. They
Smashville.
don't stay in the yellow. The weird guitar pick that's not in line with the A at all.
That's a guitar.
It's
pick.
horribly done.
That's a guitar pick.
This looks so bad.
Mikhail Granlund played for the. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm looking at players. I didn't know Mikhail Granlund played for the Predators.
You remember that?
No, I don't like Mikhail Granlund because he was terrible in Pittsburgh, and he's like 5'3".
So I completely disagree with Nashville
Yeah.
Predators 2022 jerseys being on this list anywhere at all. Period.
Fair.
This jersey was horrible.
Number 5.
Number 5, Washington 2023. The all whites, kind of the secondary logo with the
Too high.
Capitol building kind of bird logo with its wings wrapping around the arms. I thought it was pretty. I thought it was pretty cool.
I like
it's
the
too-
idea.
I like the idea. I just think it's too high. On the list.
I don't think it's 5. I think it's definitely top 10 though,
the Weagle logo.
or
is
very
what it's called.
least like really really close.
It's called the
The
Weagle.
Weagle.
Because it's an eagle and a W.
Yeah,
W.
I like it.
I don't think it should be 5.
Yeah, it's not 5, but I think I have it in the top 10 of my list. I completely forget. Number 4, 2022 Tampa Bay Lightning. The Bolts diagonal writing. No.
You're not a fan.
No.
See,
I
like
think
that.
there's a swing and a miss on both 2022 Stadium Series jerseys.
I like that more than I like the Leafs one.
More than like Leafs one. Why?
I kind of like how it's like the all white up top, and then it's like it kind of fades into the blue, and then the pants are blue, and then the socks are white again. I kind of like how it all works together, and I like the diagonal.
I don't know. I think some teams can do the diagonal writing. I don't think the Lightning's one of them.
I mean, I guess it's kind of like it says the Bolts instead of Lightning, but
I guess if they kind of advertised or marketed the Bolts nickname a bit more, then maybe
Yeah.
I'd like it a bit more.
I agree. I don't know. Too high.
Yeah, too high if at all on the
Number-
list at all.
The bronze medal.
Bronze medal.
Oh,
I
you see-
have this jersey.
This jersey's so nice.
it is
jersey
nice.
is
LA
so
Kings
nice.
2020. I forget.
It looks a little retro, but at the same time,
It's
it just
so-
looks so good.
So nice.
Yeah, so it was this kind of I forget what kind of I don't know if it was like an Air Force tie-in or something, but I remember they debuted it on like a tarmac, and it was kind of like the LA was kind of like
Yeah.
flying.
It looks nice. It
Looks
looks
really
so
clean.
Nice.
I personally
agree-
I wouldn't have done the chrome dome helmets with it,
Agree.
But-
Agree.
but we're just looking at the jerseys here. I
agree
like
with-
it.
I agree- I
Jerseys are
agree.
nice.
Number two, silver medal.
Number 2, this one I disagree with. But here's where I come down on this. I understand why it's there.
Why? No.
Because it is a 2024. They're trying to drive sales for these jerseys. I understand why
They
that's
put
there.
the Devils one up there.
The New York Rangers 2024 jersey is not a second all-time jersey. I am sorry.
Yeah, no.
I like the lettering and everything, but it's nowhere close to second.
I don't get why the sleeves are blue from the bicep down. Make it all white or don't.
Or don't. These jerseys are blah.
Yeah, they're just mid.
Number 1.
Number 1, I disagree with as well. Detroit Red Wings 2016. It's
it's
the
all-
fancy D jersey.
It's all in the details.
Ha ha ha.
Ugly. No. Dylan Larkin, no.
There
no,
are
no.
parts of this I like. I
Their
don't.
gloves on every one though. Oh, they're so nice.
Yeah.
Those
White
whites
gloves.
are nice.
White gloves. The one on the Kings are nice. The one on the Bolts. The Washington ones are normal. Smashables were nice.
For me
Leafs were
personally,
nice. Pittsburgh's was nice. I didn't see the Devils.
I don't know why, but every time same series jerseys have like big numbers, I don't know. I'm just a sucker for like really big numbers on jerseys. And that's what the Red Wings jerseys here
Big numbers,
have.
yeah. Big
I
numbers,
don't
yeah.
like the diagonal white stripe, and I'm not a huge fan of the different D.
Yeah, it's just meh.
Yeah.
All right, what's your list? And start at 10, and then I'm gonna search up these jerseys. I'm gonna agree. Braeden and I are now gonna critique your list.
Oh,
we're in it-
God. I gotta see if I can pull it up here.
Braeden, we're gonna critique his list.
Perfect. Let's do it.
I might just have to do this in post because I don't think I have the list ready. But I'll just run it.
Do you have the list like to tell us?
Let me see if I can.
Do you know
find
who
it
you want to
here.
have like where?
Yeah. Basically, what we're asking. You don't have to show us. We can search it up. I'm just kind of curious of.
I completely forgot my list and I can't seem to find it anywhere here. Just basing off the top 10 from here. I think I had the Kings on there. The 2020 Kings, I think, were bottom 5 but top 10.
Yep.
The Colorado Avalanche 2016 were that same area.
Yeah.
Number 1. Okay. I don't know if this is biased or not. I had the Flyers this time around at like 3 or 4.
The 2019 one?
No, the 2024, like this weekend's Flyers jerseys. I had them at I think 3 or 4.
I think the Flyers one's the only one I can't remember. Let me see.
Anyway, I'll put up my whole list in post and then I'll add if
I agree with that there.
I disagree in my opinion. But
I'll add if Marek and Braeden agree with all of them.
I disagree with the Flyers one.
I think the Flyers one is
It
nice.
looks the exact same to half of their other jerseys.
I'll put my list right here. Cool.
That's a cool. I didn't try.
Yeah.
God, look at us. We are so. We're not. This is no longer a radio show.
I think I'm probably pointing at it like right
We
here.
are.
I think.
We are now our production. I don't think we'll do it like that.
No.
We're now our production.
No, I'll probably do like a quick like flash transition to like my list and then whether or not you guys agree and then
I'll
just
throw
cut
over
back
to
to us laughing.
That is. God, look at us. We're revolutionary.
I know we are so good. Look at this production value. But
creativity.
You guys are getting paid.
Sticking with the Stadium Series weekend.
Hey,
some
did you have
smaller stuff.
Pittsburgh on yours? Do you have
some-
any Pittsburgh jerseys on your Stadium Series?
Oh my God, Marek. Of course, there's probably at least one.
I
Good.
think I have
Hey, those 19 ones are so nice. Both teams.
I think I have one of them. The all yellow
Yeah, those. I have
Stadium
those.
Series one.
I have those. I have that. I own that one as a Malkin jersey. It's so nice.
I think that one's on there.
So nice. They usually do a very good job.
But just cutting ahead to this actual weekend. So the smaller stuff first. The New York Islanders are hosting the All-Star Game next year, and the Blue Jackets and Red Wings are going to take part in the Stadium Series next year as well. But something I did want to start off with is that very rarely do we get the opportunity to view a trivia question, kind of making history. Can you guys name the only player in NHL history to debut on an outdoor game?
The guy who just did it a
Yep.
few days ago.
Matt Rempe.
He also had 1 second of ice time.
Yep, because he got in a fight with Matt Martin.
And he won. I think he won.
What a
that.
debut!
Yeah, I think he scored the takedown there too. No, I meant 18 scored takedown. He was just kind of they just kind of stopped fighting and then the linesmen split it up.
If we go back to the Stadium Series thing, do you have the 2014 Stadium Series jerseys from Pittsburgh, the dark blue ones that were like identical to the baby blue ones?
I don't.
That's phenomenal. He spent 4 minutes on. He spent more
I
time
just
in the
found
box
it.
than he spent in the penalty.
Yeah.
You gotta love it though. You gotta love it. I find that so cool. That's such a random like record to have.
Yeah, a debut on an outdoor
just
game is pretty neat.
Yes,
I
He
think.
starts throwing haymakers when he gets out there.
Apparently, he said like he just talked to the guys like first game. Matt Martin was like, Matt Martin was saying like, it's your first game. He goes, you want to fight? Because that's like what he was known for in the minors. The guy's like, sure.
Want to fight?
That's something that goes really understated. I know we shouldn't kind of glorify people fighting each other, but I think that's just so cool.
We can do it right now.
Fight?
Marek and I, we'll just go at it. Like,
Oh.
let the cameras get at it.
What?
You'd have to you'd be out of frame, which would be
Hey,
horrible
remember the
viewing.
we're gonna get really cool graphics.
Really cool graphics.
Yeah, we're gonna just put like a little extra thing that says there was a massive fight that ensued and Merrick won. There, done.
You didn't win.
Boo. Fight was over. I win.
Just a random technical
It
difficulties.
would be like
cut
the
to
it'd be like the
moment.
70s Batman transition.
Yeah.
Like that.
Pow, bam.
Yeah, we like you like fake punch, and like it's just like a big transition. Bam. Pow.
Since I do want to get everyone again, something I did want to talk about before we move off of the Stadium Series is the overtime goal from the Rangers and Islanders
That
game.
was nice.
That was so rough.
I hate both teams, but
My heart goes out to the Islanders fans because it was the right call. That is a goal.
Why were they not calling it a goal? What was the reason?
It's not that they weren't calling it a goal. It's just that it's a sucky way to
Oh,
lose
the
with
the
net being
overtime one.
moved
I was
off
thinking it
the
was a Bedard
moorings,
goal.
but yeah, with the net being moved off the moorings, and then the puck kind of rolls
Yeah.
in where it would have went in if the net was
No,
on its pegs.
rules are rules.
It's a sucky way to lose. It was such a good game, but that's
Yeah.
the way the ball bounces sometimes.
Or the puck.
Ah.
Ha ha ha. Funny.
Jumping ahead to some kind of sadder stuff, I guess, or not sadder, but I guess happier. I'm gonna say happier.
I'm so
The
confused.
the case against Lucic was dropped this past week,
Yeah.
so a bit of a darker topic, but lighter news. So I made the joke after news came out that his case got dropped that he's gonna have a reunion with the Oilers because they've been signing
No.
players with
Perry and King.
players involved in some scandals for the past year here or so with Kane and Perry.
I have this TikTok edit saved of Kane where it's just like he gives money to this like to a fan, and then the woman's like, "This is so much money." He goes, "Put it on black, see what happens."
Oh
And
my!
it's just like and it's just an
God.
edit of him playing. I'm just like, it's so funny though. I'll have to show you after the show, Alex.
We could make at this point we're close to making a first line of that.
Yeah.
That would be
Yeah.
yeah.
Real quick, jumping to Chicago, both NHL and AHL. Bedard returned, which I find appalling.
Woo!
That was really, really, really quick.
Braeden has him in fantasy. That's why he's happy.
I love this. I
got so
hate it the fact that he's back because he probably get hurt again. But my fantasy team is loving that.
You're playing someone with no team.
Hey,
Doesn't matter if he's hurt or not.
he's back.
I was a little worried because he returned to play against Crosby, so I was really scared that was gonna be like.
He was just gonna drop like 3
Yeah,
goals.
he got an assist, but
Did
no
you-
matter.
Did you see when he scored against Columbus?
Columbus?
Yeah, didn't they face Columbus?
Carolina?
Was it Carolina?
Where he like talked to the goalie?
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
that's
it was
Carolina.
My bad. I thought it was Columbus. So he scored on Spencer Martin, and then he just kind of stared right at Martin.
Martin points.
Martin
at the
points at the scoreboard.
He has like a .82 in that game against Chicago.
I don't
And
know.
it's like Bedsy had 3 points that game. Like,
And it still wasn't enough to beat Carolina.
Yeah,
hey,
Carolina's a good team though.
Yeah. I'm not saying that.
Chicago's
I'm
Never
just saying-
accepted my
Chicago
trade for,
is- They have the
Yeah,
foundation reset for that team.
You know he still has the most points, even though he missed like 20 games. He still has the most points on Chicago.
And
That's
you know
so
what? The
sad.
fact that he's back, he's gonna win the Calder.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. I think it's a shooting for a Calder now.
Unfortunately, poor Faber.
Yeah. Faber,
Phil would be crying about Zari.
Zari.
Everyone knew Zari wasn't gonna win it though.
I know, but
Unfortunately.
No, but
Phil was putting a case together.
He was in the conversation until Bedard came back.
True.
Doubling back to our jersey talk that we had a few minutes ago. Tampa came out with a third, which looks horrible.
They did. I think I've seen this, but I can't remember.
It doesn't look good.
They should have
Tampa-
gone like 2004 with it.
Bay Lightning.
You
Was
know?
it third jerseys?
Yeah, the black with the circular Tampa Bay Hockey Club logo in the front. That logo is not good enough to be a main logo.
Stinky. It's almost,
They should have gone back to the 2004.
Their
Cup
black
run.
ones last year were so cool.
The black one last
Like the
year.
all it's an alternate jersey. They're all black and then like fades to gray.
I have that one.
That one's very good, very nice.
Yeah, I have that one with the Hitmen on the back of it.
Very good, very nice.
Just wanted to mention that real quick before I jump in with also some news I forgot to mention from this past weekend. The Flyers named I think it was this past weekend, the Flyers named a new captain with Couturier and Lawton and Konechny both get A's.
Some people were upset it wasn't Konechny.
That was me. I was those people.
I was
them.
that.
Uh,
I read too much Instagram comments, so I also like jumble my opinions of them and like the group chat.
mhm. No, yeah, I was those people. It definitely wasn't just me,
Braeden, look
but
behind you.
no, I think Konechny should have gotten C. I love that Couturier got it with his.
Are you gonna
story
talk
of-
about what Cam Atkinson said?
I didn't see what came back and said. What did he say?
I said it might have been Cam, but he said something along the lines of like how Torts helped him with his contract.
Oh,
I think that was Cam. Don't quote me unless it is right. Then quote me.
okay, fair enough. I also would be remiss if so we got some Phil on the show with Alex Hitman Corner.
Yeah, so it was Atkinson. He said, blah blah blah. Let me read this.
Okay,
Blah blah blah.
blah blah blah. Good start.
Okay, maybe not. But someone on Philadelphia was very grateful because Tortorella, when he wasn't as a coach, was like, "You deserve this money. Let me help," and got him that money.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so Torts was a big guy.
Good guy, Torts. I do want to
Stinky
get
Flyers. Stinky Flyers.
I do want to get a little bit of Casey Freeman on the show as well, because she wanted
Is she calling in?
No,
No,
she's not
Matt-
calling
Oh.
in.
Did you
Imagine
not
if she was
see
calling
we've
in.
got it says the last thing on the list here, Duchene.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Look, it was a really long list, and he sent it at midnight. I was tired.
it was a really long list.
Is he
But
dead?
I do know that Casey wanted to mention Matt Duchene because I think
Rest in
'cause
peace.
reading Casey's text directly. This was on last Friday. So yesterday, Matt Duchene played in Nashville, where they're paying him to not be there. He then dropped 2 goals in a 9-2 win, and then is like, you know what? I'm gonna go perform at a bar.
What?
Did he actually?
Yeah. He
No
actually sang
way.
on stage at a bar.
That's elite.
Yeah.
Isn't he like injured right now?
Duchene, I don't think so.
Uh,
At least it wasn't on Friday.
News, it says
I'm checking
one
fantasy.
one day ago, Matt Duchene lower body injury out against the Bruins.
Yeah, so one day ago.
Oh,
But he was singing in a bar at Tootsie's specifically.
Yeah. I love it.
After dropping
Yeah,
2
he's a-
goals in the 9-2 win over Dallas.
Yeah, he'll be a game time
sorry.
decision. He's a game time decision today.
Yeah.
So, got a little too excited.
So I just want to get a little bit of Casey Freeman on the show as well. I know that she,
there you go,
Specifically
Casey.
wanna
We
shout that out.
mentioned Maddie.
but getting back to the Blackhawks after the Bedard mentioned, the Blackhawks affiliate, the Rockford Ice Hogs, had a goalie goal occur over the past week as well with Jackson Stauber.
Was it a banger?
I mean, it's a goalie goal. It's,
Was it an empty netter?
I believe
they
it
all
was.
they pretty much
I'd
all
be
are
shocked
empty
if it wasn't.
But did he do it in the NHL?
AHL.
Yeah, but who did in the NHL?
Tristan Jarry.
Actually, Nedeljkovic did in the AHL too.
I mean, a lot of goalies did it all the time. Broder, Mike Smith,
My favorite general manager of all time, Hextall.
Ronnie
Anyway,
Hextall. We have about 20
He's gotta
minutes
love
left
goalie goal.
here.
Hey,
What's that?
okay, another thing. Fantasy, if you have a goalie that gets an assist or gets a goal, give him points. Give him points. This is
ESPN
so
fix it.
frustrating.
That's you talking to ESPN and,
Yep.
and Yahoo directly.
Yep. Because
ESPN fix
I get
it.
that I don't have Jari as my goalie, and I didn't have Olmark last year either. But if they get assists, give them points.
Because if I remember this correctly, I'm in a pool with my family as well, and
Are you winning?
the website that we do it on does allow or
Like-
does count goalie assists. I don't know about goals.
It's happened 2 years in a row. Like, I get assists, yes. Like, how many goalie assists this season? NHL. How many assists are there this season?
Goalie assists?
Yeah, there's got to be a lot. Okay,
I think Markstrom alone has 6.
Georgiev has 2. Bobrovsky has 2. Markstrom has 4 points. How far am I scrolling down? Holy. I want to see how many points Jari has, because, obviously he has the goal. Oh, Jari only has 1 point. Never mind.
So I did also want to mention.
Yeah, Markstrom has the most with 4 points.
I've been trying to kind of. Okay, you had a question about the PWHL.
Yeah, why do they have 4 records?
What do you mean?
So, there's,
win, loss.
Win, loss, tie, something else. Why is there 4? I'm very curious.
Win, overtime, loss.
Yeah, win, overtime, loss, and loss.
Do they have a different point system?
Yeah, it's the 3-2-1-0 point system.
Should the NHL adopt that?
I think they should.
Agree.
I think so.
Can we just my point here? Can we next season we try to get them proper names instead of just
I
PWHL?
think that's the plan.
Because that's how you kind of establish a fan base other than in your city. Is you get names to the teams. So oh, I'm a fan of. I don't know. For example, Toronto, whatever they'll be called.
I'm a fan of Ottawa. I'm a fan of the Ottawa.
The Ottawa Trudeaus. Let's get it.
But just looking at the standings now, I have them up. Minnesota's in first. Montreal's in second with 21 and 20 points respectively. Toronto has 17 points with a 5-1-0-5 record. Ottawa, my favorite team. Okay, so the season is 24 games. I didn't know that up until now. Neat. Anyway, Ottawa is sitting at 13 points with a not good record of 3-0-4-3.
Did you just make a fantasy move?
Yeah.
In the middle of the show?
I got the notification.
What?
I'm like, Braeden, put your phone down.
Dropped Gustafson, added Talbot. Valid.
It's good to see you're paying attention. And then New York with a 2-3-1-4 record, and then Boston in last with a 2-2-2-4 record.
Yeah, stinky Boston.
I just can't wait till they get names and stuff.
Maybe a couple more teams.
I've thought about getting a jersey.
Jerseys are so brutal.
I know, but they look
the exact same.
I
wouldn't get a jersey until they actually have names.
Oh, no, yeah. I'm not gonna get one now.
How many jerseys do you own?
I did a count.
I'm genuinely curious.
Under 70.
Yeah, give it. Okay. How much do you think? Ouch, the bank account if it's 70 jerseys. Wow.
I'm actually gonna guess around 30.
Did you say 3?
30.
Oh, I'm gonna say 45.
I think I have 47.
Yeah, I'm just so good.
Marek just lives in your closet apparently.
You have 47 jerseys.
I think I do. I think my count was 47.
So let's say roughly each jersey around $200.
Yeah, named ones I'd probably
This
go
is
for
math class, Marek.
Named ones I'd probably go for about 3. There's some promotional ones I'd probably go for about $250 maybe.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, there's a lot of money in that closet, and it's not even done growing yet.
Valid. How many? What's the team that you have the most?
Calgary with 6.
Second.
Second is Philly, Carolina, and Colorado, all with 2. Who
do you have the least jerseys of?
Am I counting the zeros?
Yeah,
count the zeros.
Teams
wise.
So I do have a list of teams I don't have yet. Just going off of.
We know you have a Montreal one, and you know you have a Pittsburgh one.
Yep. The teams I don't have are. I don't have Columbus. I don't have Dallas. I don't have Detroit.
I thought you had a Dallas one.
I don't have Detroit. I don't have Edmonton. I don't have Minnesota. I don't have the Devils, nor do I have the Kraken. Everyone else I do have.
That makes sense. Minnesota.
Who's leading the PWHL?
Minnesota.
I did want to mention. So I've been trying to cover the PWHL as much as I can, but there's just so much NHL news I just can't seem to make time for it. But I do have a little bit of time here with about 13 minutes left in the show.
The show went by fast.
So this season, they had their first suspension, which I 100% agree with. Boston got the first suspension.
Are we surprised?
It was a pretty.
Are we surprised? It's Boston.
It was a pretty dirty head shot. I think it was against Ottawa as well. suspension.
You
For
can tell we're very prepared.
an article from CBC, PWHL issued its first suspension against Ottawa. Hey, hooray! Boston forward Taylor Winkowski
Hooray.
hits Ottawa defender Amanda Boulier.
I'll be the judge of this. Did they get it right?
It was shoulder to head.
I'll be the judge of that.
Okay.
Let's see.
It was shoulder to head, and the suspension was 1 game, I believe. Yeah, so the forward served 1 game that happened back in January. Have you guys not seriously seen that?
Whoa! Whoa! I was just like, they're battling against the boards. Where's the suspension? Boom!
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's,
Wow.
Shoulder head hit.
Kaboom.
So
Did the helmet
right to
fly
the
off?
head.
So the argument
Oh, I low-key thought the helmet fell off.
The argument was, what do you mean that's 1 game? In the NHL, it would have been
Why
less.
is-
Well, sure, but the NHL is also 82 games as opposed to 24.
I find it weird. She's like, you okay? After she puts a shoulder to the girl's head. Are you okay? You just killed her. What
You
do
were
you
there.
What do you expect? It's like Dustin Bufflin going, I'm gonna pick 2 players up from a pile, going, oh, are you guys okay? Like, fight her, hit her, do something.
Do something.
Take a big golf swing like Shorzy and go right to the back of the legs. Perfect. Problem solved.
That's a good sound effect.
And then a more notable kind of record that they broke with a Toronto and Montreal game a couple days ago is, I believe it was so Toronto beat Montreal 3-0 at the Scotiabank Arena, where they were hosting 19,285 fans,
It's a lot of people. I'd go watch.
Wow.
which beat the previous record of 18,013.
I find it so funny because like you'll find a post like new record. It's like, oh, new record.
Woo.
Or sorry, the previous PWHL record was 13,316
I have trivia for you guys. 1 sec. Let me find the question first.
in Minnesota at the
Then you
XL
don't-
Energy
then
Center.
You don't have a trivia. For
I
us.
cannot wait until Calgary gets a PWHL team.
How many do you think they'll try to expand by?
Pittsburgh
by year?
really
I think they'll get 10.
Do you think you can guess who the first person to ever score a goal in the PWHL was?
Oh
I bet
my
you didn't know until
God.
you looked it up.
Well, really, I didn't know. My guess was way off.
I know this because I think she also
Can you
scored
guess the
the first.
team as well?
Well, the first game wasn't it Montreal, Toronto?
And you were way off, my friend.
Was it New York?
Yep.
Was
Do you want to? I'll give you the first letter of her first name.
it Emma or Emily?
No.
Who was it?
Ella
I knew it was an E.
Shelton.
Yeah, Ella Shelton, because she also scored the first PWHL showcase goal at the All-Star game during the All-Star
This is
weekend.
probably
as well.
not a hot take, but the PWHL is miles better than the women's NBA.
That's a different can of fish.
That's-
that we
that's
don't.
my-
I
that's-
don't have the brain cells or the time left to open that up.
So
have
the
the
problem
brains.
with saying that is that you're in a different country.
True. Yeah, that's right.
So it's not entirely fair. It's also a different sport, so you're comparing apples to oranges a bit there.
Bars.
Well, he's right.
I know. It's fair. That makes sense.
So we have about 10 minutes left.
10 minutes for a fight.
Sure. Yeah, 10 minutes for a fight.
Boom, pow. I find that so... Can you just put like a random like stock image of the word pow in the middle of the podcast?
Sure. I'll put in a random pow.
There's our episode name. Pow.
Pow.
Boom, pow. Batman.
One last thing that I did want to get covered off, which it seems like we'll have time for, is the Jaromir Kekalainen firing from Columbus earlier this past week.
General manager.
Yep.
I don't know the
Former
guy's
GM. He had the job for 11 years.
I was gonna say those were a hard 11 years, but there was like a really, really bright patch in there.
Yeah. They embarrassed Tampa in a first round. They beat Toronto in a qualifying round. After that, it hasn't been great. As I pull up their history from Hockey DB. And so let's see. So if we go past 11 years, that would be that's I believe he started on in 14-15. I think 11. So yeah, he would been there for 12-13. So lost in first round, out of playoff, lost in first round, lost in round 2. That was the Tampa year. Lost in first round, out of playoffs.
Oof.
That's rough.
So not great.
That one hurts.
And it's not, and I feel like that's Columbus kind of pulling the chute on the season, even though it hasn't been pulled already. With Laine out, with Fantilli not playing, with Juracek not playing, I think it was just time that I think ownership, saw a difference in philosophy from Kekalainen, which explains his firing. I've imagined that they're probably going into a full sale rebuild here, which starts with playing your young stars, and I feel like Kekalainen just was not doing that.
Yeah.
So now the position is open in Columbus for their GM.
And Phil wants to send in an application.
Phil, I imagine,
wants to
is
send it.
ringing Columbus's phone off the hook.
Phil's probably sent like 4 emails already to like their no reply email.
Did you see my resume? If not, here it is again.
Here it is again.
I fixed your team in NHL 2020, and I can fix it in real life.
I took the Jackets from 32nd to Cup winner in 3 years. Give me a shot.
I traded the entire Columbus team for.
I traded everybody for first round picks,
What if you guys just became the Hitmen? Just be them.
No,
Just
if Phil
be them.
did that, he'd move them to Honolulu.
Oh yeah, the Honolulu
No.
Jackets.
He's not even here.
The Honolulu Jackets.
Phil, I'm doing it for you.
You don't even wear a jacket in Honolulu.
You can.
You can. If it's raining out, you think you're just gonna walk around in a t-shirt?
It's raining. It's going to be like plus 15 at least.
You still don't want to get wet.
Hurricane season, you wanna stay a little.
They live next to an ocean.
Okay.
Where do you think hurricanes come from?
No, I'm saying like if they don't want to get wet.
Just because I live on a lake doesn't mean I want to get water dumped on me.
Yeah, but like you're kind of asking for it if you're near a lake, an ocean, big body of water.
So people in Vancouver just shouldn't own rain jackets because they want to live there.
Yes.
Is
precisely.
your stance?
I'm way too deep into this argument and I can't turn back.
I cannot fix it.
You've provided
This is the stance I've taken.
provided an example that defeats my entire argument, but I'm way too far deep. Way too far in. I stand by what I say.
Oh man, just looking at I just have the standings pulled up here, and it's not looking great for any of our teams, is it?
For what team? For
Any of our teams?
We've thrown the towel in.
Yeah, Pittsburgh.
give us to the month of March. We have 16 games.
To the month of March, so you want 9 days.
Dog, we have 16 games in 31 days. That's a lot of games.
Okay, so here's
You could lose half of them.
I think we're going to lose more than half.
here's what I want to talk about with Pittsburgh in the standings specifically. They have 52 games. Sorry, 52 games. Detroit has 55. Detroit's sitting also at 64 points, which is 9 points ahead of Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh only has 3 games in hand on Detroit. So at most, that's 6 points.
Can we talk about the fact that the Rangers are on a 7-game win streak? Damn.
Good
Yeah.
for them.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah. We're also the only team with a plus goal differential not in a playoff spot.
That seems like a you guys problem.
Yeah, well, you know what? We beat you twice, and I'm really hoping we beat you
What
Thursday.
is that? Is that you killing teams when you win? And then
No, it's
just
our power
losing
play. Our
barely?
power play sucks. Our power
Okay.
play sucks. It's so bad. We have so many good teams and players.
You okay, buddy?
We even scored it.
Yeah,
We
right.
scored a power play goal against. Like, this team is so infuriating. I don't want to lose Gensel because we lose Gensel.
He's
it was
broken.
gone.
I cannot wait for Gensel to get traded.
No.
I want that
No.
on camera. I want that on camera so
Nope.
badly.
Nope.
I want it to happen
Nope.
on the show
Nope.
so we get the live
Oh,
reaction.
please.
Nope.
Kyle?
Nope.
Kyle, if you're listening,
Nope.
we typically have shows
No,
from
Kyle.
8 to 9:30
Kyle.
a.m. Mountain Time.
Kyle, please.
So that would be around.
If we win tonight, though, it's a really big win for Pittsburgh because we play the Islanders. So
That'd-
then we still have a game in hand and then points.
That'd be 10 to 11:30 your time. So please trade him during
No.
that. I want to
No.
see him
Alex, how
explode.
bad do you think the breakdown would be if it happens live on the show?
I'd actually like. Well,
I think Marek would have to pay for a couple new cameras.
it depends what we get in return.
I think the first thing that comes off is the headset, and he kind of just walks out.
Yeah, just speechless, just leaves.
Comes back in tears.
God,
just-
like.
So I do
my
have,
daily news check of Jake Gensel. No, nothing yet.
I do have the power play percentage pulled up here.
Can we not?
I kind of want to. Who are the worst 5?
Pittsburgh.
No, we're the second worst. It's Chicago, Pittsburgh.
You said the worst 5.
Chicago, Pittsburgh, Columbus, San Jose, Minnesota.
Chicago, Pittsburgh, Columbus are all correct.
Calgary.
Calgary's number 4.
Yeah.
Who's number 2?
Ottawa.
Nope.
No, Ottawa's is 19th.
Ottawa's 8th.
Oh, wow.
What? Why are we so bad? This pisses me off. We lose so many games because we can't score on this stupid power play. It's ridiculous.
It's Philly. Philly's second worst power play percentage.
We're just getting like tempted here by
Get Eric Carlson, they said. It would make everything better, they said.
Philly also has one of the best PKs, which I find absurd.
So does Pittsburgh. Like, we're not even a bad penalty kill team.
You're 9th.
That's not bad.
No, but Philly is second.
Oh, yeah, you know who's first? Kings.
By
Yeah, scored.
0.1%.
Yeah, well, guess who they scored a shorthanded goal to win the game against?
Was it Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
Was it during that banner raising night?
Uh-huh.
You must be having just a boatload of fun right now.
Uh-huh. I just don't want Gensel to leave. I just bought a jersey. Like, come on. Just bought it this year. Pittsburgh, please win tonight. I hate watching Islanders hockey. Please win.
Braden Redshaw, as a Habs fan, do you think they're going to make the playoffs? 8 points back. Sorry, not 8. 12 points back.
You know what? I don't want
I will
to see
shave.
it.
I will shave myself bald if I will shave myself bald and dye my hair pink when it grows back if Montreal makes
Here's the
playoffs.
thing.
I told Landon Brown to set myself on fire if Arizona ended up in a playoff spot, and they're currently behind Calgary.
Yeah,
So
they
I don't
dropped.
set myself on fire.
I don't want Montreal to make the. They're not. They're getting there. We've got.
They're getting there.
They're getting there.
We're getting there.
They're working on it.
It's
Give
like
them time.
I told Marek before the show. The first line, offense is starting to come together with Caulfield, Suzuki, and Slafkowski.
You know what I'm scared now is the fact that we've been talking about
Trade Jake Gensel to
no,
Montreal.
don't do that. Don't do that. No, don't do that. No.
And watch Marek have a
No.
live just
Pittsburgh plays
emotional
Montreal.
Oh,
breakdown.
imagine.
I don't even get to watch Jake Gensel when they come to Calgary because I get to go to that game. I get to watch Crosby.
Remember when I pitched Gensel half retained for Campbell 1-for-1?
I would like if that actually happened. I think I would become.
I would laugh.
I'd become a Sharks fan.
I would laugh to tears.
I would actually
I would
cry.
simply laugh to tears.
If we, Dubas, don't please. I'm begging. I'm begging. Please.
Pittsburgh, do
That's-
one thing
Don't,
for me. I don't care if you do
don't.
anything else.
Don't.
Trade Jake Gensel
Don't.
live on our show, 8
Don't.
a.m.
No.
Tuesday at Mountain
No.
Time.
No.
Trade him and watch this man have a
No.
mental breakdown.
Hey, it depends what we get back though. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's all we have for this week, guys. I'm your host, Alex Burke with Marek Robinson,
Gensel, please stay.
Braden Redshaw.
Please trade Gensel.
We will see you guys next week.
He's getting bullied for no reason. Montreal plays Pittsburgh Thursday.